How to Trade Forex, Lecture 9. And in this lecture, we're going to look at the great subject of profit. The first part will look at a strategy for taking profit. The second part will look at automating that strategy, at least in part. And in the third part, we'll look at an advanced strategy for taking profit automatically at the most optimum time. We've already seen a video example of how to close a trade. And for the moment, I want to stick to the mechanics of trading. So we'll discuss when to close trades in a later module. Suffice to say, my experience, my training, and everything about me says, take profit in a little but often manner. However, I accept that this is very much a matter of opinion. What I have done, and done very successfully indeed, is put an amount of money into my trading platform, generally make a predetermined gain on that, even if it's 100%, and then go a little bit further. So what I would do, for example, is put £1,000 into a trading account, trade that up to a chosen figure, could be 500, could be another £1,000, and then take most of the gain out. So in that example, £1,000 in, £1,000 gain, a new equity level of £2,000, I would at that point withdraw, say, £800. So I'm now going to start again with £1,200, so I've got some gain in there, but I've also taken out 80% of my original stake. The whole system now owes me only £800. And if I can repeat that exercise again, probably I would take out another £800, so I'm now in profit, and the money's actually in my pocket, and I'm only playing in the trading game with gains. We don't have to be sat over the screen to either place orders or to close orders. And if we decide what level of profit we want on a particular order, that's fine. We can actually place what's called a limit order to take us out of the trade when we reach that level of profit. And there is a way of setting up your trade to automatically take that profit when the level is reached that you decide in advance that you're going to take it at. I'm now going to show another short video which shows that there is a way of setting up your trade to automatically take profit when a certain level is reached. So this is how we would set up a trade to take a profit at a predetermined level. Previously, we saw using these two buttons up on the top left as being a way to open a trade, and that certainly is true. It's very, very quick. But another way to do it is to use this button just above it called New Order. And if I click on that, left click, I get this dialog box opening up. And first of all, I need to check that yes, I'm dealing with the right currency pair, which is the pound-dollar, and that the volume is as I wish. I can change that with a huge range, or I can actually just type in. So 0.6 could go in there, for example. And there we go. But for me, the appropriate one for this particular trading account is 1.5. Now, if I want to take a level of profit at a particular area, this is going to be a sell trade, and if I place it around now, I want my profit to be taken not too far below, probably at around this 1.66435 area. So I would simply put that in here. So we're talking about 1.66 what did I say? 1.66435. And if I now click on this sell button, it's done it. So we've now got the trade in place, and we've got this new dotted line along here, including a number for this, and TP, which is for take profit. We'll also see that the trade has appeared on the bottom area here, and that TP is highlighted in green with the number shown that I'm actually using as my take profit level. It's currently highlighted in green because the trading is pretty close to that level. If it was far away, that would be blacked out or just white, same background as everything else. Now, if I want to change this level, I can just click on it and modify or delete the order. Now, there's a minimum. We have to be at least 5 pips away from the current price if we want to change anything. So if I want to modify it, I could modify it to, for example, 1.662 and click on here, and there it is, moved to a new position. Also, if I can actually drag this up or down to modify it, that works too, and I can right hand click on it to cancel it, and there we have it. And that's how we set take profit orders that we can go away. That will stay in position for as long as the trade is open. Now I want to introduce the subject of trailing stops. So the principle behind a trailing stop is that rather than just setting the take profit at a particular set level, we want to be able to have a facility to change that level automatically. It's a bit of a ratchet effect. So for example, if we have a trade that's in profit and it's a buy trade, so the price is going up, rather than just get us out at a particular level, we want to say keep going beyond that level as long as the price is rising and our profit is gaining. But as and when the price turns around and starts to come down again, then take us out. So that would be a trailing stop on a buy trade. Exactly the same principle works on a sell trade. If we're in profit on a sell trade and the price continues to fall, then we can set a trailing stop to say, please only take the profit when the direction of the price is changing around and starts to go up again. Wouldn't it be nice if we could keep changing the position of the automatic take profit order as the profit made continues to grow? And that's exactly what we're doing. And it is a trailing stop that we use to do this. In this diagram, the price is represented by the blue line, so that's the current trading price, and a buy trade is in progress. So we can see that we've got the price rising up, and we've got a stop level, which is the red line, and it's moving up. So it's actually moving up as the price, the blue line, increases. But once the blue line changes direction, the actual price starts to come down, then the trailing stop, which is like a ratchet effect, stops going anywhere and just stays in place and takes effect as the price moves towards it or through it. The red line represents the location of the take profit order. It moves up with the price, but it's triggered if the price then drops by a predetermined level. And that's the important thing, a predetermined level. So we can change the level by which the price has to change direction before the trailing stop will be triggered. You can see on this screen that I've put in place a sell order, 1.5 volume. And if I want to place a trailing stop on this, that will mean that if the price falls and keeps falling, I won't take profit too early. So what needs to happen is, as the price falls, my profit will just keep going. But if that then reverses and the price starts to go up again, then it will close the order and take the profit that's available. In doing this, I can set the amount by which the price has to change direction to go against me to actually close the trade out. But there is a minimum. So if we go down to the bottom bar, and we're on the Trade tab at present, and hover over the T/P, which is take profit, and right hand click, we get an option which is trailing stop. And you can see here that we've got different levels, but there's a minimum. The minimum is 15 points away from the price when I set it. What that means is, if I tried to set a trailing stop that was only 10 points away from where the current price is, it wouldn't accept it. So to put this in place, all I now have to do is choose a level, and I will go for 15 points, and left click on it. That's in position. So now, once the price actually falls below 15 points from where it currently is, which is about at the order, the trailing stop will cut in, and it will keep the profit growing for me unless and until the price changes direction and goes back up by 15 points, and then it would take me out. So from that you can actually tell the best time to set a trailing stop is not now, just when the order has first been placed, but when there's already some profit there. And then you can protect and grow that profit. That's the way to use a trailing stop. Trailing stops are recorded in the journal area. So if we go again to the bottom line of tabs, we can see eventually we come to one called journal. If I left click on that, there they are. There are my various trailing stops that I've been setting. Go back to the trade area, and if I want to delete those trailing stops, I would actually go to the take profit area again, trailing stop, and here is the option to delete that trailing stop. That then is how trailing stops work. What you'll find in practice, if you follow my trading, for example on the Forex Trader magazine website where I show live trades in the live trading experiment, is that I don't tend to use them very much at all. Normally that is simply because, well, for two reasons. Simply firstly, that I don't want to be in the trade that long, and I would tend to watch it and come out. And secondly, it's a bit like how an automatic car used to be. When I was driving an automatic car in the early days of automatic cars, I never ever felt that it changed gear quite when I wanted to change gear or would do so in my judgment. I would actually make judgment calls on it and use my hedging techniques to protect where I am. That said, it is a perfectly legitimate facility and technique to use trailing stops. I'm not against them at all. I simply have a personal preference. I don't use them very much. And that brings us to the end of the first part of Module 2. I'll see you again in the next video.